adventurers, and welcome to House Rules. Today we're talking about Dixit, and we're filming here at Adventure Games and Hobby, our personal favorite game store.
So Dixit is a competitive storytelling game in which a picture is worth 1,000 words. The game ends when the player reaches 30 points.
Right.
It is recommended for ages 8 and up. You guys think that's fair?
I think it's fair. You could do younger. I think you could.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Maybe 4 or 5-year-olds could play the game. They might not understand the strategy of making sure some people understand the clue, but not everyone. The clues might be too obvious. But the pictures are definitely appropriate for a younger audience. You can play from 3 to 6 players. Absolutely not 2. Will not work.
Don't work.
You could do more than 6 if you have the time.
so.
Maybe add some expansions to keep the pictures fresh. Otherwise, when you run out, you just reshuffle them and start over. But yeah, I think that's fair. A game takes about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward.
This is what I consider to be a classic dessert game. So the community focused, very interactional. It just uses images instead of language, which some of the more famous dessert style games use. So, but certainly you can play with anyone. It's super family friendly, although it does work pretty well if you have particular connections with different people that you're playing with. So, you know, if I have a plant essentially in the room, right? So
Inside jokes
work really well. So.
Right.
On the active player's turn, they pick a card from their hand and decide what clue to give. So if this was the one that was in your hand, you might say, "Save me," and then you put it down. All the other players would look in their hand. Maybe you see this one in your hand. Okay, I could see "Save me" here, or this guy here. So you turn those in. The active player shuffles them, says the clue again, and then puts them out on the board. Every player at that point would vote, who's not the active player, would vote on which card they believe was the one with the original clue. And then scoring happens at that point. Okay, so what do you guys think?
I give it a 2.
Oh,
2.
I am tired of these type of party games. I think they're overdone. They're just, people play them. The thing that bugs me the most about this type of game is people play them ad nauseum. They just keep going over and over, and they don't end when the points are reached in the game because they're like, "Oh, we're having so much fun, let's keep going." And it gets to a point where I'm just sick and tired of it. Nerd fact, seeing that I brought in a Latin term, Dixit. You may be wondering why this game is called Dixit. It's kind of a weird thing.
It is
It's
a weird
actually
name.
it is.
Latin for he said. He said. Yep, that's what he said.
That's what she said. That's what he said. This is the name of the game.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Perfect.
But it is appropriate.
It
Family
is.
friendly. Even says family on the box. It's
It
family
is.
friendly.
Yes.
But I'm tired of it.
You're over it.
I'm over it. Those type of games.
Aw.
It's just, I'll play it once if I have to, but I will back out early and do something else, even if it's just sitting there in the corner, because
I'd rather sit in the corner than play the game.
I'd rather sit in the corner. I'm just tired of this kind of mechanic.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's fine.
fair.
That's fine.
You know, there are probably other people who are right there with you. I tend to agree. Card games that are matching or clue based, they tend to get a little repetitive. But for me, I'm going to give it a 3.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys are surprised by that. I'm like the Oprah of 3s. You get a 3, you get a 3. Every game is a 3 for sure. We talked about this earlier. I see so many games on a daily basis that it really has to be something special to be above average for me. So, although it is very family friendly, they sold 1.5 million games. Totally fun. I would recommend it for families, especially if the kids are wanting to play, Apples to Apples or Cards Against Humanity or things that they don't
Kids
play.
shouldn't be playing Cards Against Humanity.
Right. Parents know that now. Your teenager will say, "I want to play this game."
Don't let them.
Don't let them. This is totally
This
fine.
is an appropriate
This is an
version.
appropriate game, family friendly. You guys totally can all play it together. But for me, it's a 3. I agree with Naomi.
Well, I don't know. I understand you guys are over it. I love this game. I give it a 4. I probably would have given it a 4.5 when I first was introduced to it. But I really like the aspect that it's art and the cards. I'm dyslexic, dysgraphic, so those games with the language part is no fun for me and I get overwhelmed. But this is something I can do, and I am an artist, and so I like this. I like that there's lots of options, that you can sing, that you can act, that you can, make a
Do a little
motion.
dance.
I like that a lot, and I like that it's more competitive. I think the aspect of the game where you are trying to give a clue that is sufficient enough, but not so obvious. It's like the point is not to make the guesser laugh or whatever, which is kind of the point of some of those other games. There's more to this version. So I really like it a lot. I have a great time with it. Although I kind of I've played enough that I'm starting to feel like I'm cheating. Right, because every time I play, because my spouse and I have played it so many times, we have 4 or 5 of the expansions to add more cards. That's all the expansions are just more cards.
Right.
With new images, which you will need eventually, because you kind of start to associate clues with the images.
Right. Well, and even though they're so versatile, once you see the same card, you'll start, like you said, associating it with something that no one else might understand.
Right, so I can say this clue that my husband and I always know, and at least we're gonna get the points. So it does kind of, it starts to I don't know, fade out. But I've been playing for years.
Right.
So it's
And
not.
there are like 6 or 8 expansions that add like 100 cards every time.
Right.
Yeah.
So there are lots, and it has tremendous replayability. Don't hear that it doesn't have replayability.
Unless you're sick of the replayability.
Unless you hate fun. I like fun. This
is not fun for
This is not fun.
It's all right. It's okay. You're allowed to hate some things.
But like Rose said, it's a good dessert game. It's not the main course. It's to wind down. So when Naomi's like, I'd rather go wash the dishes.
Right.
And I would rather go wash the dishes.
Then Rose and I will.
Exactly.
With someone else.
Right.
We'll find some.
Well, we hope that you consider picking it up, and give us some thumbs up if this is a video you like. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe to our channel and let us know what games you would like us to review. All right, have a good day.
Bye.